president is looking pretty good going into 2012, the election.
All right, let's look at the Republican race. Ron Paul out today saying that it's a two-man race between him and Mitt Romney. Meanwhile, a new batch of Ron Paul newsletters has come out. Here's a quote from one of them. "We don't think a child of 13 should be held as responsible as a man of 23. That's true for most people, but black males age 13 who have been raised on the streets and who have joined criminal gangs are as big, strong, tough, scary, and culpable as any adult and should be treated as such." Michael, your response to that? That's Ron Paul.
This man, you know, this is the super predator thinking of the 1970s when that theory came out in the early 80s that African-American people were preternaturally inclined, almost naturally gifted with an evil genius of crime. This is just horrible. This is almost ripped from the headlines of Tarzan meets Jane and the jungle aspect of African-American culture. Look at all the vicious stereotypes coming together to form a cohesive social theory that Ron Paul articulates. It's not only scary, it's misinformed, and if he is given power by the state to exercise his viewpoints, we are in for an Orwellian future.
Joanne, what role do you think Ron Paul plays at this point? I mean, I have a feeling that after Saturday, everybody's going to be getting out except maybe Ron Paul. He says it's a two-man race, plus he's got the money to keep going. But is this kind of rhetoric going to dog the Republican Party throughout all of this?
Yeah, I mean, they're stuck with him. Listen, you know, Ron Paul really is the only actual alternative sort of to Mitt Romney because the evangelical vote is so split. So there really isn't an alternative. Ron Paul's not going to be president, clearly. But what I would say is, number one, yes, it's going to dog the Republican Party. But what I would also say to my liberal, libertarian leading friends, what more does Ron Paul have to have said in his newsletters for you to see that there's something viciously wrong?
That is a great question.
Paul?
Yeah.
I mean, that is it. I mean, some people are really infatuated with his foreign policy, his tax policy, socially liberal, fiscally responsible, and all that stuff.
Right.
But if you are a decent human being and you see stuff like that, I mean, where's the line in the sand going to be drawn with these people? That's the question. Joanne Reed, Mike, Eric Dyson, always great to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Up next, Pennsylvania